Today I've got a 1979 or 80, I'm not really sure which one it is, Ford Mustang. It's a Fox body. The year doesn't really matter because this is a full-on custom car as far as the drivetrain, axles. It's got, I think, a 6-point cage in it. We've got a 351 Cleveland under the hood, and this is an engine that was put together 8 years ago or so, and it maybe has 200 miles on it in that amount of time. One of the things that my buddy thought of is the fact that it may have some unhardened push rods with guide plates. This is a pretty radical engine. As you may have guessed from having a Cleveland and a Fox body, it's not really stock. It's got a really aggressive solid roller cam, roller rockers, guide plates as a result of the roller rockers, and there's a chance that a couple of these push rods may not be the proper style, which could send metal into the whole engine and destroy the thing. So I decided to set this video camera up while I take this car apart and figure out what's up with it. The other thing is that, and this will probably be more than one video that we do on this car, it's never really been tuned. So long story short, several of my friends and I left this area at roughly the same time, and strangely enough we're all coming back at about the same time too. So this engine is a replacement for one that dropped a valve, blew a cylinder, or blew the bore out of the block. It destroyed a lot of stuff. In that, when it did that, it also bent the push rods that went to that cylinder. Now these have been replaced with ones that just came with this block. So we're going to take it apart. I'll show you where they wear at, and we'll have to figure out if these are actually hardened or not. The other thing is, this may not have the proper length push rods in it. I don't remember ever really testing that. So we'll take it apart. I think I can speed this up while I actually pull the valve covers off. Now, I'll be impressed if he's right on this. He said the two push rods that are different are in the driver's side rear cylinder, which on this Ford would be cylinder number 8. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the back. So he's claiming that the two replacement push rods are in cylinder number 8. If he remembers that from that long ago, I'll just be impressed with it. So let's get it taken apart and see where we're at. Well, the good news is that all of these look to be hardened push rods. I don't see any abnormal wear. I'll take the camera off to stand here and just kind of show you around that little area here in a minute. I'm sure you saw that that passenger side valve cover is not fun to get out of there. Driver's side pops right off. It's nice and easily accessible. One of the things we'll do while we're in here is make sure that our valve lash is set properly. And I'll probably make a separate video on showing you how to do the companion cylinder method, which is a way you can set valve lash on any engine you know the firing order and valve lash spec for. So, one of the other things, I'm going to try to talk him into a different intake manifold for this. He's got a Performer RPM air gap, which is a perfectly acceptable manifold, but I don't think it quite matches with what the cylinder heads and cam in this engine would really like to have. So before we go tuning everything into its hopefully best position or best performance, we need to address that type of stuff too. So I'll grab the camera, we'll show you around this, and from there I guess we'll have to wait on parts. Alright, so here is our Cleveland powered Fox body. Let me grab a light. Alright, that's a little bit better. This is our Cleveland powered Fox body. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research on this distributor as far as timing goes. You can see that we've got a pretty serious valve train set up. Down in here, these pieces right there, those are the guide plates. So those hold the rocker arm from flopping back and forth too much. And that's what we were concerned with, that those may be wearing away the push rods, but they look to be alright. I can't tell which ones are not original to the engine. They all look the same to me. So